Hey guys, I'm Briana Beverly with IGMOB News, sponsored by Adams Boxing. And I'm here with Jonny Mansour. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Doing pretty good. How has your week been?
It was a crazy week. My voice is a little bit gone. It was a week full of a lot of excitement. A lot of, things that went on during that week, fight week. And it was a great turnout. Scored a first round knockout. And yeah, here we are today. Ready to do this interview. But like I say, if my voice sounds weird, it's just from a lot of excitement from the week.
You're all good. Congratulations, by the way.
Thank you.
Exciting. So let's go into a little bit about you. I want to know who you are, just kind of everything from beginning to end. Your nickname Magic, where did that come from?
So I was actually inside the gym sparring. And I was working out with one of these girls that was getting ready for the Olympic trials. So I was helping her out
Yeah.
to get ready for her tournament. And we were sparring and I was moving around with her. And she's like, every time like you hit me, you disappear. Like I can't hit you back. And she's like, and all your fights that I watched, it's an illusion. Like you're hitting and disappearing. And she's like, you're the master of deception. I'm gonna start calling you Magic. And actually, I've been nicknamed a lot.
Yeah.
I've been nicknamed Flacco. I've been nicknamed Slow Mo, and then I got Magic. I was jabbing Johnny, and then I got Magic. So out of Flacco, which means skinny,
Yes.
out of Slow Mo, calling me slow, I decided to go with Magic.
This one out of the three.
Best word out of the three, and I like it. It kind of matches my style, and boxing is the sweet science to hit and not get hit. So I love it. It's an illusion, master of deception, magic, the magician. I love it all.
Everything. You go in the ring and you're just a magician, right?
Yeah, that's what they say.
Okay, so I want to go into how you started. You were 8 years old. What made you choose, out of all the sports in the world, what made you choose boxing?
Well, I feel like boxing found me. When I was 8 years old, I was swimming at my grandmother's house, actually. And I was always a kid who loved to work hard, who loved sports. And when I was swimming, I remember my cousin was going to the boxing gym. And I never thought about boxing. I thought about gym. So I went in to work out. I went in with him, with my uncle, and I went right when we got there. It was actually like a tent. It was in a farm.
Yeah.
And right when we got there, I went over to the treadmill and to the weights. And mind you, I was 8 years old. I just wanted to work out, do something. And when I got there, my uncle was like to me, "No, you're not doing anything today. I just want you to watch." And I was like, "Okay, but I came here to work out." I was frustrated at the time. He's like, "No, you're just gonna watch today." I was like, "Okay." I just started watching my cousin. I started watching some of the professionals that were training, and then it was like love at first sight. I just seen a lot of like different fighters working hard, and I fell in love with it. And since then, my uncle asked me that day. I remember like it was yesterday. He asked me that day, "Do you want to start boxing?" And ever since then, I never missed a day.
Wow. And you were saying that your family wasn't really as happy with the you chose for sports. Maybe they wanted you maybe like a runner or something, but you chose boxing, which is kind of a dangerous sport, right? For an 8-year-old. So tell me how that feeling was when you told them, like, hey, Dad, Mom, I want to be a boxer. What did they say?
So in the beginning, I had to tell my parents I'm just doing it for fun.
Okay.
So that way they could let me go to the gym. My mom, I remember, used to pick me up from school when I was a kid and take me straight to the boxing gym. And I was there for 4 hours a day, 5 hours a day, taking classes. And I remember like all the time my mom would be like, why don't you play basketball? Why don't you play football? I'd come home and I'd be like, "Hey Dad, there's another, national tournament. I'd love to go to it." He'd be like, "Why are you wasting your time? You're traveling and stuff." "Okay, sure, son, I'll let you go." And up until like I was 16, I remember we had a hard argument. I came back from traveling to a different state, and I lost. I lost on the very first day. I came back home and I was crying. And my dad's like, "Why are you still boxing?" Like my mom was like, "Why don't you play basketball? You're crying, you're losing. Boxing is a dangerous sport. We're watching on TV. People get knocked out." So it was just something that my parents didn't want me doing. We come from a business family, and they were like, "Why don't you come work with us?" And I was like, "Oh, I'm just doing it for fun." Kept doing it for fun, and then it came to a point where I actually had to tell my dad, like, "Dad, I love boxing, and I want to continue doing this." And he said, "But you used to tell me you're just doing it for fun." My dad, I've been doing it for 8 years. I'm good at this. Let me go to this one more tournament, Dad. One more tournament, please. Like, I promise you, I could win this. And he was like, okay. He bought me tickets, bought me plane tickets, and I went to the nationals.
Wow.
And I won the U.S. nationals. And right when I made the USA team, that's when my dad was like, okay, you're actually good at this.
Wow.
And I actually showed him that I worked hard to get to where I got to. And he was like, you know what, son, you worked hard. You got my full support. And since then, you know, I was like 17, 18 at the time when they really started backing me up. And since then, like, they're all behind me now. My brothers, my dad, my mom, you know, they're always supporting what I do. And yeah, we've came so far from just, you know, doing something that I love to do, but it was almost dragged away from it at a young age.
Yeah, definitely. Would you say we kind of talked a little bit off camera about kind of how you did it? You would go to your family businesses, work there, and then right after you got off, go straight to the gym, right?
Yeah.
How was that? Was that the time where they still weren't really supportive of the sport?
So yeah, so there was times where, especially in the summer times, I always worked for, you know, my family businesses, even while I was boxing as a kid.
Mhm.
My dad would be like, business is first, business is first. And I would go into, in the summertime, I'd open the shop up. I actually worked at my dad's mechanic shop. I was a mechanic. And I'd go open the shop at 8 a.m. and I close at 5 p.m. And I did that every single day. And from 5 p.m., I'll leave the mechanic shop and I'll go into the boxing gym.
Mhm.
And I'd go there from 5 p.m. to 8 p.m.
Wow.
So 8 a.m. to 8 p.m., I was just constantly working. And most of those times were in the family businesses. So as long as I fulfilled my hours in the family businesses, I was able to go to the boxing gym later on at nighttime
Yeah.
and do what I love to do.
Right.
But it came to the point where, like I say, once I made the USA team, it's like the narrative flipped. I walk into the family businesses and my dad's like, what are you doing here? I'm like, I'm just helping out, Dad. And he's like, I want you focused on boxing. I'm like, okay. Okay, sounds good. So, but yeah, I worked a lot of hours before I go to the boxing gym before.
Even before one of your fights, right?
Yeah, actually, like there was literally like I'd be fighting on Saturday. I'd be working 7 hour, 8 hour shifts on Friday.
Yeah.
So I had to work a lot, you know, a lot of hours just to finally become a full-time fighter, a full-time boxer. And a lot of boxers nowadays, you know, it's hard to afford a living,
Yeah.
especially early in your career. So a lot of fighters they work, you know, 8, 9 hour jobs
Mhm.
and go to the boxing gym after. And that's one thing I respect about boxers.
Yeah.
You know, it's a full hustle.
Yeah. And I think you also were part of that hustle, to be completely honest with you. That's very humble of you to just continue doing work, not really prioritizing boxing into it until you realize, like, this is what I want to do full time. But you really put in the hours that people may not know you do. You know what I mean? They might just see, oh, he's made it, he's at the top, or he's getting to the top. But that's not how your career started. Your career is very much so like a lot of other boxers as well, who just started out of nowhere and are now here, right?
Of course, like growing up as a young kid, like yes, I'm living in a beautiful home. I'm driving a beautiful car, and I'm very thankful for that, you know. But my dad came from nothing. My dad came from Iraq, and he brought all his siblings, his mother, his dad died at a young age, and my dad, you know, he started from scratch, started from nothing, built businesses, built a beautiful family and a beautiful home, and I respect my dad for that. But I grew up as a kid with a dad who grew up, you know, with a dad who died at a young age. So my dad had to get it on his own, and he taught me to get it on my own. You know, I always had to go work long shifts. You know, I didn't just get nice things for no reason. He made me save my own money and work for it. So that kind of portrayed into boxing to where I always wanted to get it on my own. Like I'd go into the boxing gym and I didn't want to just fulfill my family's businesses. I wanted to do something on my own, build my own success. And the way my dad did it is what inspired me to do it, just in a different way.
Wow. I'm speechless. That's a really good story that you're telling me because it just proves that you really kind of got that motivation from what you've seen your dad do.
Absolutely.
That's
I look
that's
up I look up to, you know, how far he came. And like I say, I just wanted to do it on my own. I wanted to build my own success.
and you're doing it.
And I'm
So
doing it. Thank
congrats.
God. You know, I got a great team behind me. I'm not doing it on my own anymore. I got a great team behind me and it started off with a lot of doubt, you know, a lot of questioning, a lot of maybe I should do something else. Maybe I'm wasting my time. But hey, I followed my heart and I did what I was passionate about.
Right.
I didn't know, you know, how much money you can make boxing when I was 8 years old, but I knew how much I loved to do it. And you know, we've come very far doing it and got a great team behind me, and this is only the beginning.
Only the beginning. Absolutely. Let's move on to what is behind us.
Oh, this is a masterpiece.
Tell me a little bit about it.
So let me tell you. So I actually was thinking to do an off-white fit. I'm very big into fashion.
Okay.
So I was thinking for this fight, you know, maybe we should do off-white. I was considering chrome hearts,
Yeah.
like Gervonta Davis did. And I love chrome hearts. I love fashion. I love designer. So I was thinking, hey, you know what? I love the off-white Jordan 1 collab with the shoe.
Yeah.
So I was like, you know what? For this fight, I'm gonna actually wear the off-white Jordan 1 shoes. And I called JR. And I was like, hey, JR, I'm wearing some off-white shoes. I'm thinking maybe we should do an off-white fit to match the shoe. And also, I want to pay my tribute to Virgil Abloh. You know, he was one of the greatest fashion designers who died a couple years ago. So, in respect to Virgil Abloh, I called JR, and he created this masterpiece, the off-white, you know, Nike Air Jordan 1 outfit to match the shoe with the beautiful Nike jacket. And I love it. It came out great. There's even pockets on the side. I almost put my phone in the pockets during the fight.
I feel like I'm recording the fight the whole time.
Exactly.
That's amazing.
Yeah,
I love it. The
Great
colors,
masterpiece.
it just kind of goes with you too. The colors just kind of really bright colors. I love it.
Yeah, I got so many compliments on this outfit.
It's amazing.
I'm gonna be honest with you. What are we gonna do next? That's the crazy part. Like JR came out with a crazy fit. My shoe designer, my boy Marvin from JD Customs, came out with a great concept for the shoes. But I'm gonna be honest with you, like I gotta talk to JR and see how are we gonna top this outfit, because I got crazy compliments and I'm like, what are we gonna do next? That's the real question.
Good thing is he's here, so let's bring him out really quick to kind of
JR,
talk about it.
come on, JR. We gotta talk about what are we doing next? That's the real question.
What's up next? I want to know how long it took him, right, to create this masterpiece.
God knows. I hit him up a long time ago because I knew this was something that was gonna take time. And yeah, man, tell us about how you designed this.
Funny thing about this design is I really wanted to go very streetwear, especially because Jonny now that he gave me a call, right? When they call me, it's like they're trusting you now to kind of basically suit them up and ready for battle, right? And I kind of see when they walk out into the ring, it's like their runway.
Yes.
So the man wanted to pay respects to Virgil Abloh, and I honestly was super excited because big fan of Off-White, huge fan of Nike. I'm even wearing the Nike. Yeah, Off-Whites right now.
You know, I was thinking to do the red ones as well.
That was like, yeah, so
yeah, I was thinking to do
the red one next time. You know what I mean? So
oh, that's a good idea.
Good one.
That's a good idea.
Called me. I really wanted to go streetwear with it. I wanted to do like a bomber jacket, kind of puff it up a little bit, because I don't know if you know, but in fashion right now, like the kind of like the oversized clothes. I remember even one of his brothers was like, "Yo, why is it so puffy?" You know what I mean? But it's like I really take a look at what's trending in fashion, right? And it's like I'm always watching Fashion Week. Obviously, I'm going to be in New York Fashion Week this year in September. But it's like I want to go ahead and already start practicing with some of this, some of the boxing going streetwear. That's what we had to add, the cargo pockets, right? Some people thought, wait, why are you putting pockets on shorts? But it's like it don't need to make sense because it's fashion, and fashion is about self-expression. Yeah. And I know Johnny's a big fan of fashion, so I was like, you know what? I need to go ahead and make this happen. So, no, to me, it's like, thank you, man, for giving me that opportunity.
Of course, no, thank you, man. I made the right call, and I can't wait to see what we do next. That's the real question.
Yeah.
It's going to get better and better.
I'll let you guys get back to it, though, but thank you guys.
Sure.
Sounds great.
What is your favorite part about this whole outfit?
I'm going to be honest, I love the pockets on the side.
Is it why? Like, what makes you really, really like the pocket?
Because I've never seen pockets. Like, it felt like I was going to the beach with those pockets on the side. Like, I've never seen pockets on a pair of trunks.
That is true.
Boxing trunks. I think we're the first ever to have pockets on some boxing trunks. But to be honest with you, I was scared though. I was really scared because before I walked out, the California Commission is very strict.
Yes.
And the commission was looking at the tags, the off-white tags, and they were also looking at the pockets. And I made a joke to my coach before we walked out. I was like, "Hey, coach, put my phone in my pocket." And then the commission looked at me and they were like, "Is that Velcro?" And I was like, should I lie to him? Does he like Velcro or does he hate Velcro? I was like, I think. I said, I think. In case he said it's illegal, I would be like, "Oh, no, actually, it's a little sticky."
Yeah. You're like, "Oh, wait, never mind. I changed my mind. It's not."
So I was like, I think. And then he was like, I was just like, I think he was just like, oh, that's actually pretty nice. And I was like, hey, he liked it too. I
Get
was like, thank God.
a compliment from the commissioner is like probably a staple. You
Oh
need
yeah,
to do that,
absolutely.
right?
He liked it. He complimented it.
Yeah, so that just proves that you guys have great style.
Yeah.
Two great minds think alike. Good comes out of it. So I think the second time's gonna be better.
Yeah, I can't
You
wait.
might just see the same one and be like, you know what? Round two.
See, I don't like to do the same thing though. I like to switch it up. Even with my fashion, like fashion outside of boxing,
Yeah.
like I always like to do something different every time. So we're gonna do something epic next. I have a feeling this outfit was pricey. You know, JR, you got to take care of me a little bit on this price. But you know what? I love fashion, and at the end of the day, it was all worth the price.
Can I ask how much it was? Do I want to know? And is it worth it?
Every dollar was worth it.
Okay, that's all I want to hear.
All I gotta say is every dollar was worth it.
Okay, that's
JR,
really
JR hit me with a nice invoice, but every dollar was worth it.
Is it in the thousands?
A light 5 figures. 5
You're
figures.
lying.
Yeah, it was a lot. I'm telling you, but
I mean, the detail is what.
All right, I'm gonna be honest. It was 10,000. Did JR tax me on this?
No, I think he gave you a deal. To be completely honest with you.
Look, it was well worth it. You know why? Because the compliments that I got and the engagement that is getting on social media is all worth it. You got to pay the price.
Yeah.
You got to pay the price. You
Pay the price to look nice.
To pay the price to look nice. Quote that. Somebody trademark that. Pay the price to look nice. I like that. But yeah, honestly, it was well worth it because I'm also signed with Overtime.
Okay.
And Overtime was like, hey, beautiful. We're posting this outfit.
Wow.
I'm like, hey, okay, that's a $10,000 promotion.
There you go.
Make it happen.
Overtime. Let's talk about Overtime. How did you get signed to them?
It was a dream come true. So I've always followed Overtime since I was a kid. Overtime is a big media platform. And when it comes down to boxing, you know, I had offers from different promoters and I was considering different options. But Overtime has, once I fought on Top Rank, ESPN, my first fight, was at the Pechanga Arena, 15,000 people there, great turnout. But I got a call from Overtime right after the fight. They're like, hey, we'd love for you to fight on our platform. And I'm like, you guys have a boxing platform? They're like, yeah, we just started actually. I'm like, oh, so you guys are new? They're like, yes, we just started. This is our first year. We've already done 10 shows. I'm like, oh, wow. You know, as a first time doing a promotion, first year doing 10 shows is great. I said, but what network am I fighting on? Because I like to fight on TV networks. I have a very big fan base, you know, outside of San Diego as well, that would like to watch my fight. Also in the Middle East, you know, so they said, we're signed with DAZN. I said, great. So they actually put me on their platform for 2 fights with no contract. So I actually had 3 professional fights without a contract, and they were all televised. So it was great opportunities, but I feel like they believed in me from the very first day, from the very first phone call. I told them my vision. I told them everything that I wanted to do, everything that I wanted to become. And the response was like, hey, we can make it happen. Like, we see that in you, and this is why we're calling. So I looked into them more. I found out that, you know, they started this boxing promotion, and they're doing well. They have a contract with DAZN. And to be honest with you, this is bigger than boxing. His decision that I made, signing with Overtime, was a decision that's way bigger than just boxing, because they have NBA players that are invested. Drake, Quavo are all investors, and I'm a fan of these artists as well. So the company is huge. It's bigger than just a boxing promotion, and I believe they're able to tell my story to the world. You know, the story that I'm not here to get rich, to get famous. You know, I'm here to just do what I love to do, to just work hard, do what I'm passionate about, and inspire the younger generation, and also to just be the role model that I once needed. And with Overtime, I believe they can tell that story to the rest of the world.
Wow, that's a great story. We also have a little fan.
Yeah. Oh, I actually like little things like this. Let's see if it bites me.
Oh my God.
Oh, I dropped it.
No way.
It's all good. I should have caught it, put it in the shoe.
You should have.
Could have left it
Put it in the pocket.
Oh, we could have put it in the pocket. Next time I'm gonna fight with a lizard in my pocket.
See, JR, that's great that he has that. Now you have a little lizards in your pocket.
See, look, my timing was great, you know, when I was getting ready for the fight.
Right.
But after the fight, I put on like 15 pounds. I've just been eating real good. So it kind of slowed down my timing. So I missed the lizard.
You're like, damn. Wow, no, I love the story, the overtime boxing story. I think that's great because I also know that overtime is getting really big. Just kind of getting the people that they feel it's the best for their brand. And the fact that they chose you just is an honor, you know, to be chosen by them.
Yeah, no, it's a dream come true. And like I say, this is bigger than boxing. And we're here to take over. You know, we're here to just do good things and surround ourselves with the right people. And I'm excited. You know, I just came off a victory on Saturday. And I'm already asking what's next. Like, I'm always the guy who's on the go. Like, I'll be back in the gym, you know, and tomorrow or the day after, take a couple days off, and I'm right back in the gym. And hopefully I'll be fighting real soon again, especially maybe back here in my hometown of San Diego, California.
Absolutely. Who's one fighter you would want to call out? You can look at that camera and say who you want to fight. Call out anyone you have.
I don't want to call out anybody because I'm not the type to really call anybody out. I'm the type to really accept anybody that my team puts on the table.
Yeah.
But as far as like a dream fight, like I love, you know, big fights. I'm somebody who wants all the smoke. I'm somebody who, because why not? I work so hard, you know, why not fight the best and test my strength, test my abilities, test all the hard work that I've been putting inside the gym. Let's put it to the test. We only live once, so why not become the best we could ever be? And to become the best, you have to fight the best. So I'm willing to fight the top guys whenever the time is right. You know, I love watching guys like Tank, but I would love to share the ring with him someday and test my abilities. You know, I believe that I have a skill set that's different. You know, I have the right team behind me, and when the time is right, you know, a dream fight of mine would be someone like Gervonta Davis.
Wow. Okay. Love that. No, that's great. I think Tank is a good fight. I could see that happening.
Yeah, I believe it will be a huge fight, especially with having like the entire Middle Eastern, you know, community behind me. Imagine the energy.
Wow.
You know, I always grew up watching HBO, Showtime. Like, I feel like Tank, when he fights, you know, they do a good job promoting it, and I feel like I get that energy of like a HBO fight.
Yeah.
So
Who would win?
Who would win? I would never lose. That's all I gotta say.
What round?
And then I say that humbly and respectfully. Like I say, I work so hard, I can never see myself losing. And all this confidence comes from hard work.
That's good.
You know, like I believe a fight is way long won, way before the fight even happens. So if I were to fight guys at the top level, it's something that I work to be at, and it's something that I deserve to win. Absolutely.
Well, I just want to say congratulations on your win. You did amazing. And I can't wait to see what you have next going on. I'm excited for you. You're definitely humble, and your story just kind of proves that you're just passionate. That's all it is.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
That's all it is.
Thank you.
All it is, for sure. So I came up with this idea of doing rapid fire questions after interviews.
This is where I get exposed, or?
Kind of.
All right, I'm ready. I've been getting a lot of hate for no reason. I do good things, but I get like some hatred comments. It just comes with social media though. But you know what? I got a great support system behind me, so it balances out.
And any publicity is good publicity. Just FYI.
That's true. That's true.
So, all right, let's do this quick. Let's just get it going.
Let's do it.
So, what is one, I don't know if you want to say this, but who's one celebrity that hit your DM?
One celebrity that hit my DMs. Are you talking girls or guys?
Both. Rapid fire question.
I don't know, because honestly, my social media is all business. So like, I don't want to say a name. I speak to a lot of celebrities, but I don't want to say a name.
No, you
and kind of burn the
just
bridges.
kind of explain like how they are. Maybe someone can get a hint from that.
One of the biggest actors.
Someone that you are like a fan of?
Yeah.
Okay. Wow. What did they say?
Respecting my grind. Like when people see hard working, when people see others that like work hard and are just so driven.
Yeah.
it makes them want to just say something to them. Even me at this level, like when I see the young amateurs that work hard and are so aspired to become something, I DM them myself, like, hey, keep working hard, young champ. So like I've had big names like fighters, supporters. I'm not here to say like, oh, this guy hit my DMs, but Amir Khan, right after my fight, is actually my favorite boxer. I watched Amir Khan as an amateur, literally studying him before my fight. I watched him before my third professional fight, studying his fight against Maidana because I was fighting a guy similar style. So right after that fight, I get a message from Amir Khan, and Amir Khan was like, "Hey champ, I just watched your fight, and I respect it. Keep it up. We have similar styles, and I love your style. Keep it up, and you got my full support." So shout out to Amir Khan, man. Like, he's my favorite fighter, and he showed me love, and as a young fighter, that inspires me to just continue to work hard and become the best I can ever be.
Absolutely.
And I plan to do that with other fighters as well. Just message them and show them love and respect, and all the younger athletes, and just be there for them.
Yeah, for sure. What's on your playlist right now? Top song?
Bad Bunny, for sure.
What song?
Me Porto Bonito. Shout out Bad Bunny. I love Bad Bunny. You know what's funny?
What?
Before I walk out, so during camp and during the warm up, I played Bad Bunny, but right before I walk out, 50 Cent right away.
The vibes, different vibes.
Oh yeah, it's like gotta switch that mode right away.
So, Bad Bunny, first on your playlist, always, right?
Honestly, always. Like, most listened to is Bad Bunny.
Yeah. Your little friends get back.
Oh, where's he at? Oh, I see him. I'm gonna catch him.
He wants to know. I think he's excited to know. Okay. If you could choose one place in the world to go, where would it be?
One place in the world?
Yeah.
I would say probably Greece or the Maldives.
Ooh, that's a good choice. Okay.
I love the ocean, so relaxing vibes. Might take my swimming trunks.
Might take a swimming trunks. You know what? Those pockets just might be like the ones that like a little life down.
Oh yeah, I know, right? All I need is some floaties on the side, and I'm ready to go.
You could actually honestly wear this out to different occasions, to be honest.
Yeah, I might wear it to dinner tomorrow night, to be honest.
Yeah. That's vibe, for sure.
That jacket, for sure.
Yeah.
That's true. I could actually wear that jacket, like out and about.
Exactly.
They could spot me from a mile away, but no, it's a cool fit, for sure. Shout out JR, man. He made it happen.
Really? He genuinely did. So what's one superpower you would have? One.
Read people's minds.
Ooh, why?
Because imagine if I was able to like read a fighter's mind, and if he throws a jab, I know he's throwing a jab because he's thinking about it, and I can just shoot, boom, counter him.
That's true. That's a good one.
Or invisibility.
I was about to say that. I think I would choose invisibility.
Yeah, that'd be crazy.
Oh yeah. What would you want to do if you had that power?
If I go invisible?
Yeah. Where would you go?
I'd probably mess with my brothers or something. I'd probably mess with my brothers.
Okay.
You know why? Because they always picked on me when I was growing up.
Oh, that's nice.
They always try to toughen me up. But hey, the story is the narrative is different today, though.
Ooh, said. Okay, cool. Well, yeah, I'm excited for what you have going on. I think you're a rock star. Ooh, I have another good question. It just came out of my head right now.
See, I don't like that. I don't like that you just call me a rock star. Like I would love for you to say
a boxing star.
No.
Okay,
no star. Why star? Just
why not?
I'm just a hard worker, and I'm just trying to become the best version of myself.
A shooting star.
I don't like star. I just want to be looked at as someone who worked hard and just wants to be the best he can be. Okay. There's nothing wrong with that. So I don't know. We got to find a word for
I'm trying to think. I'm like, humble something. We'll come up with that. Well, thank you so much for your time.
Of course.
Anything you want to say to your supporters that are watching right now?
Of course. I want to thank everyone that came to my last fight. It was definitely a great turnout. We had a sold-out crowd. And not only a sold-out crowd, like I said before, and like I always say, everyone that supports me are not fans. It's all family. It's all love. We're all here to bring everybody together. We're all here to just become the best we could be. We believe in God. We work hard. And thankfully, I got a great team behind me. And my goal is to just be the best person, the best version of myself that I could ever be. So thank you for everyone that's watching. Thank you for everyone that's, supporting, and tune in for what's next because we got big things coming. My name is Jonny Mansour, and you're watching IGMOB News.